Warriors around the ball. Thompson hands to Durant. Steve Kerr says play on as Durant looked over at the bench. Here's Durant. 10 seconds. Goes to the corner to shoot a three and hits to tie it up. Kevin Durant dribbling into the corner to look for the tying shot, and he does just that. Timeout, Toronto.
That everyone knew he was going to shoot this ball. That's why he wants it at the end of games.
And they've switched Davis onto Durant.
And to me, that's their best option because you put size and length on it. But it doesn't matter. Guys got it going. All of a sudden, you put a switch. Anthony Davis, outstanding defender, does not matter. Hand up, so what? KD getting it done on the offense.
Get at the full rebound, Durant.
Incredible opportunity.
Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown, and Golden State takes the lead.
And they should get it.
Pointer from Durant.
That's bad basketball right there. Kevin Durant, though, so gifted, comes down and just pulls up and knocks it in. But at the other end, they had to get the 2-for-1, and then they had to foul the moment it hit Draymond.
I like Durant. He says, I don't need a screen. Let me play one-on-one against LeBron.
Now Hood picks him up on the switch. Shot clock at 5. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown. It's a 6-point game. That's the same spot where he hit it in Game 3 last year. A dazzling display from Kevin Durant, 43 points.
Kevin Durant is the best player in the NBA, and no one cares. Kevin Durant's the reigning 2-time NBA Finals MVP. Kevin Durant, and I think a lot of us felt when Kevin Durant hit the three-pointer in LeBron James' face in the 2017 NBA Finals, that was him basically taking the torch from LeBron and now making a statement that it was now his time to reign as the best player in the league. For some reason, people have not given him this accolade. And I think the main reason why is because Kevin Durant joined a 73-win team. And that 73-win team already had an MVP on it named Steph Curry, who I believe most fans wanted to be universally recognized as the best player in the league. But however, in the finals, Durant clearly was the main reason why they won. Steph Curry has been an amazing regular season player, even throughout most of the playoffs. But in the NBA Finals, I don't know what happens to him, but it hasn't quite been his best moment. The 2018 Finals, he looked pretty good, but even at that, I think a lot of us fans were kind of begging for him just to get the MVP. He hadn't really gone out there and really separated himself from Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant basically had the moment of the last two NBA Finals of the two dagger three-pointers in 2017 in LeBron James's face, and then in 2018 off of a switch, he hit it in. I think it was Rodney Hood's face. But even with those moments, people still don't want to give it to him. He came into this season the reigning MVP, and against Toronto, who at the time had the best record in the NBA, Kevin Durant was cold-blooded and hit a three-pointer right in arguably another guy who some believe might be the best player in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard, hit it right in his face three-pointer, send the game to overtime. They did, however, lose the game, but at the same time, nobody was really critical of them because Steph Curry was out that game and DeMarcus Cousins was out that game. So people was like, okay, that's an impressive win for the Raptors, but at the same time, nobody believes the Raptors are going to really win anything. Even other players in the league have gotten that title, even if it was for a week or so, since LeBron last won a championship. So LeBron's basically been viewed as the best player in the league ever since, I don't know, maybe 2013, maybe 2012. 2013 probably people have been viewing him as the best. And people were ready to give the title over to Steph Curry when Steph Curry had the breakout year and won the title that year. Curry had the crown for a little bit. He had the regular season MVPs. And then they were ready to give it to even Westbrook, even for a little while. Some people thought he was arguably the best, with he being a triple-double machine, averaging a triple-double for the whole season. He's even doing it again this season. I think that's 2 years in a row he's doing it. But even at that, people kind of chilled out on that, but they did give it to him for a while. And even player like James Harden this season, because he's had over 20 40-point games, I think he has had 5 50-point games, and he had 1 60-point game. And people are just blown away from that, from the amount of scoring that he puts in. But he hasn't really done it in the playoffs. But I know a lot of people, really get carried away with the regular season. It is important, but it's not the playoffs. But even Harden has been viewed and you can watch it on ESPN and all the sports networks, how they're going off about Harden, and some people arguing that is he the best player in the league. The Greek Freak, even right now, a lot of people are saying that he's the leading vote getter for the MVP right now. I would actually agree with that. And but even with that, because you're the MVP doesn't mean that you're the best player in the league. It means that you had the best season. And a lot of people right now feel as though he's not only having the best season, but that he's arguably the best player. Another guy in there is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has put up a good amount of games with 40 and 20 and 50 and 15. Like, that brother's serious. And even some people have thought he's the best. And some others feel like LeBron James never lost that title, that he's still the best in the league. The case for Durant, though, is that Durant has dealt with LeBron. He shot the three right in his head. Even when he saw Kawhi put it on him, he's put it on Davis. And he's been the MVP of the finals. Nobody's dethroned him from that yet. And even with that, nobody wants to crown him. And I don't really understand why. I don't know if it's his 90s computer monitor shaped head, or the way how he conducts himself in press conferences. But that doesn't have to do with anything on the court. On the court, he's been amazing. But the knock is, and he should have kind of saw it coming, you're on the most stacked team. They never needed you. And people view you as kind of a chicken shit, because you were up 3-1 on Oklahoma City, with Oklahoma City, against the Warriors, and you went out there and you personally choked. I didn't even put it on Westbrook like that. I put it on you as the leader of the team. To who much is given, much is required. So, and you never lived up to it in that moment. But even though, like Stephen A says, that even though you're the player that arguably made the weakest move in the history of basketball, it doesn't mean that you don't give respect where it's due. And since going to Golden State, Kevin Durant's numbers are unbelievable. They've always been good, but the efficiency that the man plays with, it's amazing. He's 50% from the field on a regular basis, sometimes even 60 some games. And he always shows up for the big game. What's also crazy is that with Steph Curry missing the beginning of the season, that a lot of people have Steph Curry as their MVP right now. And even some have LeBron James as their MVP, even though he's missed a lot of games, and nobody's really talking about Kevin Durant. It's clear to me that a lot of people feel as though, hey, Kevin, you made the weakest move in the history of basketball. As long as you're on this team, you're going to continue to rack up finals MVPs, and that's enough. People don't want to give you regular season MVPs. I don't think Kevin Durant has a big fan base, either with the basketball fans or with the media. And especially with the blow-up he just had, I don't see him getting any votes at all. But he does deserve it, right? We can't be in our feelings when it comes to handing out individual or team awards. Kevin Durant should be recognized as the best player in the league, because it's definitely not LeBron James. And I would love for it to have been Steph Curry, but Steph Curry has come up small in numerous NBA finals. About 3 of them he's come up small, and 2 of them Kevin Durant had to carry him from it. So I think a lot of people, they do put Durant over Steph, but at the same time, the media, they're not really doing that. They're not pushing Durant. And I think the only way that Kevin Durant could really maybe attain this is in free agency if he leaves Golden State. I think people will be willing to give it to him if he was to join the New York Knicks. If he went to the Knicks and people kind of put him kind of back in that underdogish kind of role, just because the Knicks haven't won anything in so long. So he could, if he goes to the Knicks and gets another really good player to come over there, maybe, I don't even know if it's just Kyrie Irving or even Jimmy Butler or someone like that, and he can get to the finals. And even win one out of his time there, if he was to go there, or to a team similar kind of like that, that's not viewed as a super team, I think people's going to be willing to give it to him. I don't even think he's going to have to get to a finals to even get it, to even be honest. I think if he just puts up them James Harden kind of numbers, not even with the assist or anything like that, but people want to see the points. If he goes to start doing that, and he's not on a Golden State Warriors, I think people are just going to give him the title again. But he's going to have to leave Golden State to get it. As long as he's on Golden State, he will not be universally viewed as the best player in the league. Alright, this video is a wrap, but I got a question for everyone. Who do you currently think is the best player in the NBA? Leave your opinions in the comments section. And if you like this video and my content, please like, share, and subscribe. I make at least one video a day, so tap the bell for notifications. Until tomorrow, peace out.